a preliminary assessment, and we have a lot of data to go through and a lot of investigative work that needs to be followed up on. But a preliminary assessment of the suspect's social media activity indicates some very loose but self-proclaimed ties to the Communist Party USA social media group, as well as social media groups called Revolutionary Communist International, Hidden Palestine, Palestine Action, and a variety of other social media groups. That is part of our investigation, is to dig further into it and to be able to determine additional motive and other potential concerns.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please make sure you're following me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we have to head on over to Las Vegas because the man that firebombed the Tesla dealership in Las Vegas. It was a huge situation. Many of you have seen the video in which multiple Tesla vehicles went up into flames, explosions had went off. This guy has been caught, and he's pretty much going to be sitting down for a couple decades behind this act of domestic terrorism. As far as I'm concerned, that's what this is. Now, they didn't label it as such, right? As you can see here, the article title says it has the hallmarks of terrorism, but it hasn't been officially labeled as that. But let's be honest, whenever you're engaging in political violence, that's terrorism. I mean, it's just plain and simple, right? And this guy is cooked. Let's get into the article right now. Suspect arrested in Molotov attack on Vegas Tesla dealership that had the hallmarks of terrorism. And the article reads as such: a Las Vegas man was charged with torching a row of Teslas with Molotov cocktails in a frightening attack caught on camera. Paul Hyon Kim, 36, was arrested Wednesday by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department a week after at least 3 cars became engulfed in flames at a local Tesla collision center. Authorities previously said the attack had some hallmarks of terrorism, right? Numerous cars also had their windows smashed, while slogans like "resist" were scrawled in red spray paint. Kim was charged with 15 counts, ranging from destruction of property, suspicion of arson, and possessing a fire device, according to the Las Vegas Review Journal. Security cameras captured the fiery vandalism, which became an inferno when one of the car's lithium batteries exploded in a ball of fire. This was a targeted attack against a Tesla facility, Assistant Chief Dory Corrin said after the attack. We do believe that this was isolated at the time. Now, what I want to do is transfer over to the Fox News article here, because it gives us a little bit more detail behind the fact that he's not just getting hit with charges locally in Vegas, but he is also getting hit with federal charges also. So we'll just jump straight into this article, where it reads, he will face federal charges. Whoops, let me scroll up a little bit. This is our guy right here. We can't, just scroll past him and not get a good look at his face, right? Let's zoom in just a little bit. We don't want to forget that. Shout out to, Mr. Paul Kim. Looks like you're going to be taking a seat for at least a good 20 years. I don't know if that was worth it, bro, but hey, do you, I guess. Not really. You shouldn't be doing you, because that's what got you locked up now. But I digress. He will also face federal charges. Spencer Evans, the FBI agent in charge of the Bureau's Las Vegas office, told reporters at a Thursday news briefing, "There's nothing courageous or noble about firebombing private property and terrorizing your local community," Evans said. "The self-righteous mob that's cheering you on today to commit acts of violence on their behalf will leave you high and dry and forget about you tomorrow. And at the end of the day, you and you alone will be held responsible and face the prospect of a lengthy prison sentence." And I mean, that's just facts right there. He's a hero today, but within an hour, he'll be forgotten about. I mean, let's be honest. You're watching this video right now about Paul Kim. And once this video is over, within the next 5 minutes after watching this video, you will have forgotten that you even watched this video. within 5 minutes, you will forget this guy's name completely, but he will be left alone to rot in a cell for possibly up to 20 years while no one is remembering your name and no one is caring about you, especially the people that gassed you up to be this stupid. Police say Kim arrived near the location in a black Hyundai Elantra before walking over to the Tesla building. He allegedly concealed his face, wore gloves, and black clothing. He allegedly also damaged surveillance cameras with a rifle, police said. Authorities said Kim's social media activity showed potential links to communist groups and Palestinian causes.
The suspect then proceeds on foot and approaches the corner of the building. As you've seen before, and as you've probably heard, and certainly as we're showing today, he attempted to mask his identity by wearing black attire, concealing his face, and wearing gloves. The suspect then began shooting the surveillance cameras with what appeared to be a rifle. You can see an image here of the suspect pointing the rifle towards a camera. At least 2 surveillance cameras were damaged by gunfire. And then upon shooting the cameras, the suspect proceeded to the front doors of the Tesla, and he began spray painting the words "resist" across the doors. I'll let this video play because you'll get a better shot of the suspect. You can see his description as he goes across the clear doors there, committing his act of crime. Once he finishes spray painting the words "resist" on the doors, he then approaches multiple Tesla vehicles that were parked in the front of the center. He proceeded to shoot into each vehicle and used a Molotov cocktail to set the vehicles on fire. We'll play a few video clips here to kind of show you his behavior. You can see him right there in the dark clothing. He casually walks over to his first vehicle that's targeted. He will soon put down his backpack onto the ground. And then he transitions to the firearm. And you'll see him shoot into the vehicle. Once he shoots into the vehicle, he ends up going back from the vehicle to the bag and then back to the car, presumably picking up his item that he used to be able to firebomb the vehicle. We believe that was a Molotov cocktail. And you'll see in a moment here, the vehicle will ignite and ultimately fully engulf, causing severe damage. The suspect then continues on to a second vehicle, and you can see here he's on to the second target. He'll do very similar behavior where he shoots into the vehicle, he goes into the backpack, retrieves an item, and ultimately you'll notice here that he ends up getting the second vehicle on fire as well. From there, he then proceeds to his third vehicle, repeats the same type of activity. One of the incendiary devices he was not able to ignite, which is one of the devices that we were able to recover. But ultimately, 5 vehicles were damaged, to include 3 of which were fully destroyed. You can see images of the vehicles here. And then you'll see here a drone video. This is from our Skydio drone, being able to provide an overview of the damage as well. After this, the suspect then proceeds and flees east, gets in his vehicle, and leaves the area.
His DNA matched DNA samples collected at the scene of the attack, authorities said. Investigators searched 2 vehicles linked to Kim and his apartment and found multiple firearms, including rifles, a shotgun, a handgun, gun parts, as well as ammunition. This guy is a complete lunatic. Okay. That's really all there is to say about that. This guy's a lunatic. This guy is completely crazy and out of his mind. For him to allow himself to be manipulated by the DNC liberal press, as well as other progressive lunatics that you're aligned with, you let these people gas you up to do 20 years in prison just so we could all forget about you once this video is over. Congratulations, Mr. Kim. You played yourself. You played yourself. And with all that being said, that does it for today's news. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video on your social media platforms. And don't forget, most importantly, make sure you are following me on Telegram at TD Media Group. The link to my Telegram is in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. And until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.